Well, returning now to our studio with more on the latest developments with Iran is Dr. Martin Sherman, founder and executive director of the Israel Institute for Strategic Studies. So, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
German Chancellor Merkel admitted that Iran poses a threat to Israel, as we saw before, but isn't really suggesting to anything but stay in the Iran nuclear deal. Is there no plan B here?
Well, of course, the plan B would be some sort of coercive action. I think in the short run, the only way to dissuade Iran from its designs to attain nuclear weapons is a credible military threat on its infrastructure, on its bridges, on its power stations, on its roads. And in the long run, I think the only durable solution is regime change. Of course, after two ground wars in Asia, I don't think the Americans have much appetite for another war. But there's a big difference between dislodging a regime or displacing a regime and replacing a regime. I think a sustained attack on Iran could eventually bring about the fall of the regime.
In terms of, the future meetings that Netanyahu is going to be having in Europe, do you think he's going to have any better luck, perhaps, with swaying the French president or any other EU leader?
I suppose it depends what material he brings with him. If he brings some sort of startling revelation about Iran's nuclear ambitions, he may bring about some sort of change. I'd be very skeptical in believing that there'd be a sea change in European attitudes. I think he might be able to induce a gradual stiffening of European attitude towards Iran, and especially now with the recent threat that Iran is going to resume uranium enrichment.
Right.
I think that may play in his favor.
Well, there have been recent reports of Iran reportedly refusing the order to withdraw from southern Syria. Speaking of an impending war, should Israel attack Iran preemptively at this point? What is your take on that?
Israel at the moment is between a rock and a hard place, and the longer it delays, the rock is probably going to get bigger and the hard place probably harder, because it's very difficult to perceive, apart from some sort of unexpected and unforeseen development, the situation getting better.
Yeah.
But to preempt against Iran is a very difficult decision, because if it institutes a protracted war with Iran, as opposed to the case in Syria and Iraq, where Israel actually destroyed nuclear programs, this might be a completely different story. And if you want to prevent and paralyze Iran, so it will not be able to conduct a protracted war, then you have to think about what kind of damage you're going to have to inflict on the country.
Well, that's a question. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.